Hello, I'm Gary Lewin and I'm Head of Physiotherapy Services at the Football Association and also the physiotherapist to the England senior men's team. I was given a great privilege recently to become a trustee of the Brain and Spine Foundation, and one of the things I thought I'll be able to give things back to people that are doing events for the foundation is to do a series of videos talking about sports injuries and helping prevent injury and to try and get you through the events as easily as possible without injuries. Now I'm here today with Adam, and Adam's going to ask me a few questions of problems he's had. He's already done the London Marathon before and he's going to do it again next year. So we thought it'd be a nice taster for you to see the sort of things that you could be asking, and any help that I can give, we can do it through the Brain and Spine Foundation for anyone that signs up for an event. So welcome to Wembley, Adam.
Thank you.
And looking forward to the London Marathon?
I am. I did it last time and it was a bit of a stress to get through, but I'm determined this time I'm going to enjoy it.
Good.
So.
And what sort of problems did you have last time?
Well, I don't know. I think the main problem was, what would you say was the best way to prepare? I mean, how often should you be running? Because you don't want to completely wear yourself out beforehand.
Well, the thing is, everyone's different, and everyone's doing it for different reasons. You're going to have professional athletes doing it, and they will train every day. And you're getting people like yourself that are doing it for a good cause, because you want to do it. And again, what I say to people is listen to your body. Now, you should also always recover from one training session before you do the next one. If you're sore or you're in pain, it's your body telling you, I've not recovered yet. So what you're trying to do is condition your body for the big day to make it as easy as possible for you to get through the London Marathon. So what I advise people is progress your training over a period of time, start slowly all the way up to near the event. I like to advise people that haven't done one before to do at least 20 miles at least 3 weeks before the big event, and get your body used to running every day, condition your body, get used to what to eat and what to drink. But always listen to your body. Now, did you get many aches and pains when you trained last time?
No, I don't get a lot of aches and pains when I'm training. The main thing that I did get was due to a serious RTA. I had some problems with my left heel, got a pressure sore on it. And is there any way you can advise against? Is it just a case of getting used to road running?
Yeah, I mean, obviously yours is a unique case because you've got an underlying condition, and again, I emphasise all the time that you seek professional medical opinion to make sure you're not doing the wrong things. But in your instance with the pressure sore, what you need to do is to take the pressure off the area that's causing the problem, which is difficult because obviously it's a weight-bearing surface. And I think that's where your footwear is very, very important. And also your training is important because what you can do, you can try possibly padding in the shoe or a different pair of trainers, and you know how your body feels when you're training. And when you feel comfortable in your training, that's the way you need to attack the big event. Very, very difficult because obviously yours is a unique situation where you've got different problems from your RTA, but it's fantastic that you've overcome them and you managed to get through the event in the best and the easiest way. And so it's not only about us advising people that are athletic and do it on a regular, people like yourself that have underlying problems. Hopefully we can help you with some advice on things to get you through the big day as easy as possible.
I am quite athletic, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not. You don't do the marathon without being athletic. But you've obviously got underlying problems that will affect your ability to do the marathon.
I know what you mean. I was going to ask: should I go to my doctor or my physiotherapist or something about maybe a special sock or?
Well, I think your GP is obviously your person you should always go to first. Most people should be advised, if they've never done a marathon before, they should check with their doctor first. That's just general advice. But somebody like yourself that has got an underlying condition, you should always check with your GP. Don't be surprised if the GP tells you not to do it, but don't let them put you off. And you obviously haven't.
No.
But then you go to your physiotherapist. Yes, and there are special socks, there are protective areas. It might be worth talking to the people that did your aftercare following your accident, because they will be able to give you advice on your pressure sore and things you can and can't do. But the important thing is also to listen to your body. So if it does get very, very sore, Don't leave it. Make sure you get it followed up, because obviously the problem with pressure sores are infection, and ulceration of the area, and so it's very important you get the right dressing and the right protection for it, and that's where it's so important you do get medical advice. But obviously with the people that give you the aftercare following your accident, I think they may be the people that you can talk to. So Adam, you've done the marathon before. How did the day go for you? How did you feel?
Well, I felt better after I'd done it than before I started. Put it that way. I felt pretty good after I'd done it.
Yeah, it's a great day, isn't it? It's a great event.
Yeah.
And did you have any problems going round?
I felt great for the first half, maybe a bit more. I felt absolutely fine and felt like I was running within myself, and I was trying not to push too hard. But then I just kind of felt this cracking in my toes on my right foot. Is there any way you can advise that I manage the race, my pace and my
Yeah, I think this is where the training is very important. Now, again, obviously you've got underlying conditions which get complicated when you're suddenly doing 26 miles of running. But this is where the training is really important, and the advice I give everybody is that whilst you're training, get a comfortable speed. So always clock your mileage time. So if you do an 8-minute mile, a 10-minute mile, a 12-minute mile, doesn't matter. But find out a time that you are comfortable with when you're training. So if you're doing 6 miles, get an average speed for the 6 miles. Because on the day, the crowds are fantastic, the atmosphere is brilliant, and you get so pumped up with adrenaline, you just follow the pack and you go flying out, and before you know it, where you're used to doing a 10-minute mile, you've suddenly done a 9-minute mile. And although you feel great at the time, you suddenly get halfway, your body's going to react because you're running so quickly, your body's not used to it. So one big piece of advice is, from your training, get to know an average speed of what you're good at. Stick to it for the first half of the marathon. If you then feel great, you can then push on a little bit. If you don't feel that great, the adrenaline will still get you around, the crowd will get you around. But what you don't want to do is get to that halfway mark and feel terrible because you've pushed too quickly in the first half. So that's one piece of advice. The other piece of advice is to make sure that you stop at every drink station and get fluid on board, because one of the biggest problems from a marathon is dehydration. And again, people think, I feel great, I'm not thirsty, I feel great. And when you actually ask them after the race, when did they stop for their first drink, it's 6 or 7 miles.
Yeah.
Now what you want to do is grab the drinks from the first drink stop and sip it. You don't have to drink it all. If you don't want it, you throw it away. But the problem is, by the time you're thirsty, it's too late. You can't catch up. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. So they're the main tips I would give you to how you start a race.
Also, what would your advice be about training? I mean, I would think it would be a good idea to kind of balance it between, weights and impact stuff for your joints,
yes,
and break up the running and the aerobic stuff with that.
I always encourage people to try and break up the amount of impact work they do. Now you can do a good cardiovascular session on a bike, on a cross trainer, or in the swimming pool. And what you need to do, again, this is where you need to listen to your body. And if you're still a bit achy, or you don't feel as though you're recovered from your last outside run, go in and do a CV session, but on a bike, on a cross trainer, or in the pool, which is completely non-weight bearing. One other piece of advice I say to people is, if you are going to go and do a long distance run as part of the training, pool recovery is really, really good as soon as you come back. So if you can go into a swimming pool, have your shower, go in the pool, relax in the pool, do some stretching, get the buoyancy back in your body and take the pressure off your joints, you will recover quicker for your next training session.
Well, yeah, also, another really good recovery method is an ice cold shower.
Oh yes,
right?
yeah.
So do it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, ice baths are the in thing at the moment, and they do help. They do make you feel refreshed. All the micro trauma your body goes through from the running, they do feel better for them. So if you can tolerate it, ice
60
bath.
seconds every day under the freezing shower after my workout. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Adam, that's really good. It's really nice to meet you. Hopefully you're looking forward to doing the next marathon. And me and Adam are going to talk a bit more off camera in a minute. I'll give him some more help. But if we can help you at all in any way for your events, sign up with the Brain and Spine Foundation, and in the future you'll be able to get some advice from myself or other colleagues to help you through the event and raise lots of money for the Brain and Spine Foundation. Thank you.
Thanks.